Hello, 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 and welcome to Anime-chan Sanban, which means not three buns, not sun buns, no, Sanban. It means Anime-chan third, I think that's what it means. Because it's my third channel, because my first channel is reactions and reviews, my second channel is the games channel, and the third channel is my manga channel, because I didn't want to mix up the content for reasons I'm not going to get into right now. But this will be my first One Piece read along on my manga channel, okay? So I do have a playlist on my main channel with these manga read alongs, One Piece manga read alongs, but I've only read from the beginning of One Piece, so Romance Dawn, up to the end of Enies Lobby. So those are in a playlist. I do this because they're like factioned off, and I will put the link to that playlist in the description. So this is going to be from the Reverie arc. So I'm skipping many arcs because before One Piece ends, the anime, I would like to be caught up with the manga. And before the manga ends, I want to be able to, at least for as long as possible, read the chapters when they come out and then make theories with you guys, because I think that has to be so exciting when no one can spoil me, no one except Oda knows what's going to happen next. So like, just to kind of experience that theory crafting, excitement building, not knowing what could happen next. Like, I don't know. I just think that it would be a very exciting experience. So yeah, but I don't want to just jump straight in, back into the manga, back into where the anime is at the moment and just read from there. So to keep things like more or less structured, I'm starting from the Reverie arc, and then in the future, once I'm caught up, should be, I don't know, 5-6 months from now. Let's say 6 months from now, then I can go back and read the other arcs, like reread them, experience them in manga format. The weekly hype and memes are unreal. I can only imagine. So yeah, we're starting with chapter 903 because that's where the Reverie arc starts. It's chapter 903 to 908. And then I'm going to start Wano. Wait. So I do own many of the volumes of the manga in omnibus format. So like 64, 65, and 66. But let me just show you really quick. So I made this recently, and this is a summary. So for One Piece, let me just hide this. For One Piece, I need the omnibus for 43 to 45, 58 to 60, 67 to 69, and then 70 to 99. Like, so everything before 43 I have, and then there's like a couple that I need in between, and then I need everything from 70 to 99. So yeah, that's gonna take some time. So this is the furthest one that I own, which is volume volume 66. Obviously can't read that at the moment, so I will be using my iPad, reading on Shonen Jump app. So like, for those of you that don't know what it looks like, it's like this, where you can read like tons of manga and stuff. Most things are free, but like there's certain, like Hunter x Hunter, you can't read for free, you have to buy that. But all of One Piece you can read for not free. You pay this monthly subscription fee, but then from there everything's free to read for the monthly fee. Does that make sense? Hello, Sky. Oh, wow, there's so much hair. So Sky, if you hear Sky breathing too loudly, let me know, because she's sleeping right next to the mic. But then one more thing before we get started. When I started reading the manga, I was in the middle of the Fishman Island in the anime, but it was boring me, so I chose a random chapter of the manga, and it was where they were saying goodbye where they were saying goodbye to Shirahoshi, and I started reading it from skipping half the Fishman Island. Pretty sure that happened when I caught up to Bleach manga. Didn't even know it was continuing for months. I realized the 33 I saw was for the cover page mini story. Oh yeah, I did see. I'm probably gonna just skip that because it starts with a volume 33 of a mini story. So I'm not gonna, like, I don't know. I probably don't need to worry about that. So yeah, that is it. I think there was something else I wanted to say, but now I don't remember. So I guess we can just get started. In the live chat, who will be reading with me live is Dark Shadow, Elizabeth, Fairy is here right now, Ruff's Revenge. Anyone else? Mike is here. Mike just finished adding the screen for patrons to my last reaction to episode 1032. So that's the last episode I watched. Modru is here. Tiago, Vert. I mean, not Vert. So yeah. Are we ready? Oh, I am a little bit worried about copyright. I'm not going to be showing the thing, the pages, but every now and then I do like, oh, this is where we're reading or blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to try and do that as little as possible because Toei is pretty strict with copyright. But yeah, so chapter 903 is called Fifth Emperor. And it starts with, don't throw it away. Don't you dare throw it away. Are we ready? Dun, dun. That song is so stuck in my head right now. Sorry, I'm just waiting for someone to say ready. Okay, Mike is ready. Mike is the first one that's ready. Let's go. Modre 2. Don't throw it away. Don't you dare throw it away. If you do, I'm going to dive to the bottom of the sea to find it. It was in my pocket, so if you don't want it, then give it to me instead. Must have been Niji's work. He was the only one who actually made contact with us. It's his way of yanking my chain. They're gonna blast you to pieces if that's the fastest you can go. That's actually kind of nice. Like, they don't have feelings and stuff, but not feelings, but they're very different, right? For the way they were raised or altered. So the fact that he gave him the can, Tsundere Niji. If I'm going to get stronger, I won't do it by relying on this thing and the power of science. Don't be too hasty, Sanji. Science is the power of mankind itself. Who said that? It wasn't Luffy. Was it? If you use that to transform into your raid suit, you might be able to shoot laser beams. Frankie's the only guy we need on the crew with gimmicks like that. What? Did I hear someone insulting science? That's kind of funny what he's saying here, and then later he uses the suit. Did I say laser? I didn't say laser beams. I said beams. Beam. It's funny because later he uses that suit to spy on ladies. Doesn't seem so bad using the gimmick then, I guess. My sorcery Klimatakt baton is a fusion of atmospheric science and Usopp's craftsmanship. Yeah! Pooh! I love being inside that baton. Zeus, you actually tagged along? I can't believe he chose food over loyalty. Considering he's a part of Big Mom's soul, that makes sense. She chose eating over her friends. Literally. No, let's put it a different way. She chose eating her friends. But let me be clear. I was her first servant. Her servant first, I mean. But I get to live in a baton that never leaves contact with Nami's body. Nice to have a powerful servant. Sanji, you're fighting a cloud of evaporated water. Oh, Brooke. Wasn't Brooke also like mad at Momo at one point? Hey Sanji, I can't get this thing to transform. I don't think it's gonna work unless you do it. Yeah, do it for us. Shut up. I'm not in Germa. Germa. Don't ever say the names Germa66 or Vince Smoke in my presence again. Hey everybody, the newspaper's here. Coo, coo. Wow, it's a super close-up of Luffy. What about Jinbei? Does it say anything about what happened after we left? It says Luffy and Sanji and Jinbei and Beji attempted to assassinate Big Mom. And here, Luffy's the ringleader. Oh, bounty posters. Whoa, my bounty! It's 330 million berries? Are you serious? Wait, how much is moss heads? I believe it's 320 million. Yes! In your face, stupid moss head! All over. A silly number. Oh, what's the matter? My name. It says Vin Smoke Sanji. Mwah? And I feel an even gloomier aura over here. Whatever is the matter, Luffy? It only went up because of Germa's infamy. My bounty went down. See? 150 million. Why, you're right. Does that even happen? Did you do something wrong? And I just got to 500 million too. Who said 500 million? Who has 500 million? Oh wait, I think it's Luffy who said, and I just got to 500 million too. What's the harm? A cheaper number means less attention. Nami, Luffy is our captain. This is a reflection of our brand. This sucks. Meanwhile, ... Okay, so while I was reading that, I just remembered the scene from episode 1032. Because when Sanji said, haha, my bounty is more than Zoro's, I thought of Zoro for a second in the new episode, and I realized that it's kind of okay that they skipped a part from the manga, because when you think about it, well, obviously it would have been better if they included it, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that Zoro was fucked, to say the least. And so we can just assume that Sanji picked him up and wrapped him in a big cast, I guess, and now he needs to recover. After, well, we saw what he did, right? Everyone saw what fucking Zoro did, so I think it's kind of, like I said, you can fill in the blanks easily of how Sanji must have found him, Okay. The world at large busies itself for the Reverie in Ryugu Kingdom on Fishman Island. He's done it at last. Jinbei has finally joined with Luffy's crew, and the two of them picked a fight with Big Mom herself. Do you suppose they escaped in the same ship together? They must have. It says Big Mom is furious. Then I suppose we'll have to get our protection from the Straw Hat crew now. Father, brothers, I will go to the Reverie too. I must go, or Sir Luffy will call me Wimpy Yoshi. What does he call her? Yoai Yoshi, or Wimpy Yoshi again. Ho ho, we've been waiting for you. Let's be off. But even more than the imminent meeting of world leaders, The people of the world buzzed with the news of the young pirate Straw Hat Luffy who dared to confront Big Mom. Oh, I should show Sotos's picture again. Yeah. Sotos. This was from today's episode. Sotos shared it. I guess this is the kind of memes I can expect once I'm caught up, right? Hilarious. The people of the world buzzed with news of the young pirate Straw Hat Luffy who dared to confront Big Mom, the Emperor of the Sea, whose supremacy had gone unchallenged for decades. The newspaper stated that according to reliable sources, Straw Hat Luffy already had 7 powerful pirate crews under his sway, combining the authority of a captain with over 5,000 followers. The notoriety of brotherhood with both Ace and the number 2 of the revolutionaries, Sabo. It goes deep though. Conspiracy level memes. The extreme charisma and leadership to assume impromptu command over the formidable trio of the army of evil Jerma 66, the pirates of the sun and the fire tank pirates. The calculated strategic brilliance to execute the destruction of the Queen's castle. Oh god, they're giving Luffy so much more credit than they should, you know. The calculated strategic brilliance to execute the destruction of the Queen's castle. And the strength to defeat her officers worth 800 million and 1 berries. The result of this incident was clear to all. Straw Hat Luffy was victorious. It was the arrival of the fifth emperor of the sea. So yeah, the fact that I already said this during my reactions, but as much as I love Luffy and he's my favorite anime character, not just in One Piece but ever, as much as I love him, at this point, I don't think, not at the anime point, but here at this point in the manga, can you tell Mike? But I don't know if it matters that much. I guess people don't need, like, they watch the episode and then they watch my reaction to the episode. I don't know if they need subs. So maybe it's okay for this week just to deal with the mistake. But yeah, I had to add the like, you have to click at the bottom English subs. So I don't know with editing how that works. Yeah. Oh my god, if one more person asks me about the Bleach trailer. Don't worry, Mike, I think it should be okay for one time. Let me just edit the post, sorry. The screen that was added doesn't have subs. Sorry about that. It's not like so much happened in this episode that they needed subs. It will be better next time. I think maybe for this episode, subtitles aren't too important when watching my reaction. I was watching with subs though, of course. Okay. So as I was saying, at this point in the manga, I don't think that Luffy deserves the title of fifth. He's not on the level of a Yonko yet, in my opinion. But he's close, but it just doesn't seem to me like... Although... if Blackbeard is there, I guess Luffy deserves the title. What do you guys think? But I just don't see... I don't think he can beat Big Mom or Shanks. I don't think he could have beat Whitebeard 1v1, you know? The only reason Blackbeard beat Whitebeard was because he fought without honor, in my opinion, and it's not like he could do it by himself. So that's why, like I said, if Blackbeard has the title, I guess Luffy can have the title, or deserves the title, but for me, Yonko should be like, if you two fought, you could fight on the same level. So like, I think Kaido and Big Mom could fight pretty much on the same level. I think Shanks and Big Mom or Kaido can fight pretty much on the same level. Whereas I don't think right now, Luffy could fight on the same level. I don't know. Yeah, he did gang up on a half-dead Whitebeard, yeah. Blackbeard has 2 really strong devil fruit though. Yeah, but you're not understanding what I'm saying about deserving the title. But that's what I'm saying now about Luffy. It's kind of like complicated. Like, Luffy doesn't deserve it yet. But like I said, if Blackbeard has it, then Luffy can have it. But of course Blackbeard has it. He killed Whitebeard. He killed the previous Yonko. But he did so. Not something like I would imagine... Then again, Yonko is a fucking pirate, so they don't have to fight with honor. So I remember a lot of people bringing up in the community what determines a Yonko and things like that. Territory under your name and reputation matter a lot. I agree. It's not official, more that Luffy is challenging the Yonko standing in the pirate world. Yeah. Technically, like, you can get the title anytime as soon as someone else gives it to you, right? So he challenged them, so he's Yonko level. But for me, as a reader, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Like, I don't see Luffy as he could 1v1 almost... Well, I don't think Big Mom at this time, we knew that he couldn't 1v1 Big Mom, right? He couldn't even he could barely 1v1 her son. So, yeah, that's why at this point I couldn't see him as there yet. But at the end of the day, they're pirates, and even if Blackbeard did so in a dishonorable way, and he didn't do it by himself, he did take down a pirate, what a Yonko, how Emperor of the Sea. He did take down an emperor, so by those standards, yeah, sure, he's an emperor. I think Blackbeard was considered one only after beating Marco in the Payback War during the time skip, since Marco was considered a candidate as Whitebeard's right hand. I thought it was because he took down an Emperor of the Sea, so that made him the next like he replaced him essentially. So yeah, Luffy's not going around telling that to people, definitely. This was something that people started calling him, not he. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the title of Yonko. He cares about the title King of the Pirates, and he only cares about that title because of what it represents, which is absolute freedom. Pirates attacked the kingdom of Lelouchia's ship en route to the Reverie. The king is fine, but they did abduct Princess Koman. Then, what was the point of their armed escort? Grandfather, did you read this article about Lucy? Luffy Lando sure is incredible. No wonder he's our boss. What is our boss? It even mentioned us. He he he. But not a word of that when we reach the Holy Land. Understood? Oh yeah, we're pirates. Wait, do you guys also have this kind of text? He's our boss. We are pirates. Interesting. It felt like it should have annoyed me how Capone's credit all went to Luffy, but I found it so amusing how the reporting affected the news. Well, I don't think he would care because, like Nami said before, the lower the bounty, the more you can get away with, right? So Veggie might have been the mastermind behind the whole plan, but now he can kind of like go under the radar a bit more. He doesn't, after all that fighting and probably recuperating, they will be happy to kind of fly under the radar. I don't know how Veggie would feel about it. Oh, and one of the reasons they thought it was all planned by Luffy is because they found out that the tamate box that Luffy gave to Big Mom contained explosives. So yeah, for many reasons, I guess things turned out the way they did. Yep, bingo. The royal ships of Dressrosa and Prudence, and no naval escort. I see Princess Viola. She's every bit the looker they say she is. What kind of hostage ransom you think we'll get once we take her prisoner? Yee-hee-hee. Eh, Princess Koman? Wah! Just call Papa already. He'll give you all the money you want. Yeah, ha ha. This is why I love royalty. But you gotta wait a bit. We're greedy. We want more. Sink 'em! Roger that. That's an indefensible torpedo attack. Okay. Bloosh. Blub, blub, blub. Ooh, I know who this is. Snag. Sorry, sound effects are difficult. And then kaboom. Enemy attack. Prepare the cannons. Yes, sir. Not necessary. Have no fear. I'm glad I made it in time. You're safe now. Navy HQ, Captain Koby. Proud. Is anyone hurt? You're the parties from Dressrosa and Prudence. Yes? Prudence? A naval officer? What just happened? Where did you come from? My ship's in the distance, of course. You must be tired from your long journey, I imagine. Your ship was just under attack from pirates under the surface. A torpedo? I'm glad it missed. Me too. How's it going over there, Helmeppo? The pirates are under control. Princess Kaman of Leloucha is safe. A submarine? Pirates these days are not to be trifled with. That was a close one. How is your color of observation? So good, though. I never sensed a thing, Koby. Navy HQ, Lieutenant Commander Helmeppo. Man, his glow up is fucking insane. Like, Koby is insane, but then this guy, his is especially insane. You must be the famous Captain Koby. Skewer them alive and set them on fire. They'll pay for this. Punishment will be dealt, Princess. The hero who saved civilian lives in the Rocky Port incident. A hero? Please, it's nothing like that. Wow, he looks Tough. I didn't imagine you'd be so young. He seems determined not to take credit for stopping that torpedo. Oh, Luffy. Huh? I mean, Straw Hat Luffy on the front page. Would you like to read it, Koby-san? Oh, no, I wasn't, that is, maybe. And then read. Oh man, Luffy's just so dang cool. He just keeps going further and further. Every time I read an article about you, I think back to that day. Captain Koby, what are you doing? Come back. Oh, anyway, we're nearly at the new marine fort. So we will provide armed escort. Do you like Lucy, Koby? We bet you like Luffy Lando. No, he's my enemy. We'll keep it a secret. Come on, you can tell us. Ray says Koby x Rebecca. That would make a pretty cute couple. They both have the pink hair, so. Let me see. Can I Google that without being spoiled? Koby x reader Rebecca. Bum 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 bum. So here's a nice art. Oh wait, where's my face go? That's kind of cute. This is really pretty. Okay. So now there's a page. It starts with Kaido. This is the guy who screwed up my deal. What's he doing in that old hag's place? Ha. An emperor? You're not ready for that yet, Straw Hat. Okay, shut up. I get to say that, but you don't get to say that, Blackbeard. Only people who love Luffy can say that he's not there yet. It's like, you know when you have family and like you talk shit about them, and then the moment someone else talks shit about them, then you're like, whoa, what the fuck? That's my family. The winner? What? When did I lose? It was him, Mama. He put up this article. I'll get you for this, Morgans. I'll get you for the Straw Hat. Looks like we'll be meeting soon. Wow. Luffy. Doom. Wow, we got 2 peeks at Shanks for the first time in how many chapters? Wait, hang on a second. Luffy, did you count the digits correctly? Look, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million. Your bounty isn't 150 million. It's 1.5 billion berries. Yeah. What? The world looks to the Reverie while the crew sails for Wano. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so chapter 904. Chopper losing his antlers. It's actually his hat, but his antlers are attached to his hat, so yeah. It's really funny. Okay, I'm skipping the cover story. Introducing the Revolutionary Army captains. And the readers were reminded that Luffy probably can't read properly. Do you think Katakuri let Luffy win? I would have to read I'm gonna have to read that chapter. Or rewatch the episode at least. But my immediate answer is like, what about the SBS? I don't have SBS on this, remember? Only in the manga itself I have SBS, but Shonen Jump app doesn't include it. I know someone else who has trouble counting the zeros on a big number. It's the president of South Africa, right? I mean the ex-president. Yeah, I don't have it. Look. We started with 903. It just ends. And then read the next one. That just says, you're going the wrong way. So I have the title and then only up until the digital app became available. But it's okay, I can come back to any I missed later. We should just write it down. Okay, let's read chapter 904, introducing the Revolutionary Army Captains. Kamabaka Queendom, Peachy Island. That is actually Booty Island. We know what they mean. The revolutionaries, having lost their longtime base of Baltigo, moved their upcoming council meeting to this island. Your bloodline's most impressive. That straw boy is a real man. Not to mention Sanji boy, a prince of Jerma 66. And not a word of it to me. What a cad. This incident got Jerma booted out of the world government. You know, our officers are certainly taking their time. They shouldn't be that far away now. Sabo, what have you been doing over there? The chief of staff spent so long grinning at Luffy's article that he cramped his cheeks. What a goof. That's so cute. Gotcha. Lindenberg speaking. Sabo, there's trouble nearby. Do you mind waiting a bit longer? It's fine as long as you're safe. Ooh, it's so thrilling. All the officers of the Revolutionary Army gathering right here. I can't wait to see Morley. I'm all about Betty. I suppose we could firm up our plans first, Sabo. At this Reverie, it's finally time to declare war, right? Against the Celestial Dragons. Port Town, Lucia Kingdom, Grand Line. No, that voice was the Queen's. Port Town, Lelucia Kingdom, Grand Line. Eek! Help! Somebody help! Steal all the valuables! Where's the Navy? Peachbeard Pirates. Captain Peachbeard. The bounty 52 million. Momohige? Is his voice light? Is his beard lightly pink? Please tell me yes. Ha ha ha. This Navy ships. Wait, why does that sound like Foxy? I'm gonna go with Pia ha ha ha. This Navy ships just lip service. Yeah, only 52 million. The king's gone for the Reverie, and he took all his best soldiers with him. I work for the operation of Blackbeard, Emperor of the Sea, and I've taken on the name of Peachbeard. Remember my name, Fear Blackbeard. Please stop. This is a poor town. We have nothing. Kill any who resist. Please, spare us. The only thing have is our heavenly tribute that gets paid to His Majesty and the celestial dragons. We're barely clinging to life by our fingertips as it is. If we don't pay our heavenly tribute, we'll be put to death. You know what I bet their reasoning is? Their reasoning is like the heavenly tribute. They're like, well, we need to be paid for ruling over you, and we need to, because that's what our government does. We need to fix things like the roads and then that and then that, but then actually they just steal the money. Of course. We're barely clinging to life by our fingertips as it is. If we don't pay our heavenly tribute, we'll be put to death. My word, what a devious king. Now, you mentioned there being some money. Find it. And then she gets smacked in the face. Ooh, I remember this part in the anime. It was pretty awesome. So, go, Morley. And then, I don't know, but the ground goes... Is there something under the ground? Yes, there is. It's a trident. What's that? A giant trident? And up, and up, and woo! Wah, ha, ha, ha. Why are you staring at me like that? Are you just completely obsessed with me? He's a funny looking guy. Ew, what are you looking at? A giant just popped out of the ground. One dressed rather peculiarly. It's like a kilt and the bowler hat. Very interesting. And now he's making false accusations. What he's saying doesn't match his deep voice. Oh, deep voice. Okay, I'll remember that. Shoot him! Shoot him dead! Ah! Vroom. Ew, leave me alone, boys. Stab, stab. Do giants live in the earth? I've never seen one. Who's he anyway? A Navy sailor? The ground's like soft clay. What's going on? Stand strong. He's got some kind of powers. So, what is it you want to do? You passive, unresisting trash? Huh? Trash? What do we want to do? Who are you? What are you people doing here? I kind of like this person, passive, unresisting trash, because for a split second I also thought that when I was reading the part where she said about the tribute, and for a split second I thought like, yeah, like this is the way that they're living is so unfair. Why don't they just stand together and fucking, middle finger to the king? But it's just not that easy, because people are scared, and as long as they have enough to eat, like, so you can never let everyone rebel at once, right? Because some people probably think this is like right. There are probably people in that town that do believe in paying the tribute, and they do believe in tradition or whatever. So you will never get them to rebel. And then there's people who are like, they don't love it, but they accept it. And then you get people who hate it and complain, but they won't fight because they're too scared, or, they're against violence completely. That's being called pacifist or whatever. Or they just think that fighting will make things worse and they don't stand a chance. So then you have the few people who are willing to fight, but they will never be enough because the king's got a fucking army. So, yeah. So I like her saying something that I would never say because it's not fair, but yeah, interesting. So she says, We are... ... There are 2 more up there, Captain. I've got my newly invented weapons to use. Now, just a moment, Morley. Oh, this guy looked really cool in the anime as far as I remember, but he kind of reminded me, like, this guy with the dark cloak. He kind of reminded me, like, or not reminded me, but he made me think, like, he should be in a different anime because he has such a interesting, very not One Piece-like design to me. I think that's what I remember when I saw him the first time. You don't have to go and beat them all before I get a shot. Captain Peachbeard, I know them, Momohige. Those 4 people are supposed to be scattered all over the world. They're still staring. They're the revolutionary armies. Pipe down, scum. Captain of the Revolutionary Army Western Forces, Morley. Captain of the Revolutionary Army Eastern Forces, Belo Betty. She is... I like her design. Oh, fucking pretty, you know. Revolutionaries? Why are 4 of the Revolutionary Army officers here in this town? You boys and your violence. They do it because they like you, you giant rube. Ew, yuck, barf. Let me use my new weapons. Captain of the Revolutionary Army, Southern Forces, Lindbergh. Captain of the Revolutionary Army, Northern Forces, Karasu. Military captain. So it says, we are the Revolutionary Army's military captains. That's kind of how I would read it if I were reading it by myself. Can I go already, Betty? Nobody's answering the question. And what's that guy mumbling about? Snap. What? He just snapped for some reason. What's the call, you trash mongers? Will you die or will you fight? Choose your own fate. Is being the hero someone else's job? It could be yours. The townsfolk picked up sticks. You make me laugh. You actually going to fight us? See, this is kind of what ends up happening in many cases with regards to revolutionary wars or whatever, is that over time, even if a government starts out with good intentions, that doesn't necessarily last over many generations, right? Oftentimes when the next generation inherits something, they don't have the same intentions as the beginning, or what if it could be within the same generation, but I'm just trying to give one scenario. So then the leaders take their position, as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's either the power that corrupts, or the people who are already corrupted, and then the positions of leadership and power is what attracted them. So we don't know, it could be one or the other. Probably it depends on the person, right? Some people are corrupted, some people are already corrupt, and that's what attracts them to these powerful positions. For some people, you know, like the guy from Drum Island, his dad was a pretty good king as far as I remember, and then he was born into that and he took it for advantage and saw himself as better, blah, blah, blah. So they push the people of the country further and further and further. And as we are, generally, as long as it's a slow push, we can adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt until they take it one step too far, or, you know, there's just some moment like this when, okay, the king is away, the army is away, and now they have to defend their own country because of some external threat. And then you have one or two, there's always, you know, the rebels, these kind of people, which is a necessary part of society. Even when you have good leaders, you need people that are against them, that challenge them, so that they can continually maybe work to prove themselves and their intent, and, you know, keep them on the straight and narrow, I think. Anyway, so it's the people, they push and they push and they push and they take advantage and they take advantage because they get more and more cocky, not just cocky, but full of themselves. And then it reaches this point, a breaking point, and now she is calling on these people who have suffered for a long time under their king and are now being literally beaten into the ground by these pirates. And she takes that moment, and you get people like this that can inspire them to stand up for themselves, and that what they will learn here possibly when their king comes back might change things for the long run. But yeah, that depends. Because once again, standing up to a literal army compared to a bunch of raggedy pirates that are too big for their britches, it's different. Okay, so the pirates are laughing. The townsfolk picked up sticks. Let me just screenshot this. I love it. Lind, Karasu, provide backup. You got it. So this is really cool, and I actually love the Revolutionary Army at this point. I just feel like I really love their characters, their roles in the story, because like these people in this moment needed them. And it's not like they swoop in and see themselves as the heroes. It's like it's their, if I'm just maybe remembering also characters like this from other shows, but oftentimes these people don't see them as heroes or better than others. They just see themselves as, if no one's going to stand up, then it's my maybe moral duty to do that. It's almost like in, I don't want to spoil people, but another movie where no, I don't want to spoil, so I won't. But yeah, I like their roles in the story because the world really needs people like this. And although, like I said, they can be annoying when you actually do think you have a pretty good government or a pretty good leader and you have faith in them and you trust them or whatever, these people can be annoying, but they're necessary. Like I said, if someone always needs to challenge the leaders of a country. Like even in my country, there's basically two main parties. The one is, it's not like in America where it's a two-party system. It's always the one or the other. Here it's like it's the one. It's always going to be the one, and then just one other one that is also pretty strong, but it's never going to be okay. And that's fine because I don't think that they're that great either. They're better than them, but they're not that great either. But the main people's shitheads, they need someone hot on their tails all the time, I think, to challenge them, to prove to the people that you want us here. Sadly, it doesn't take much to buy over the masses here, but we won't get into that. So they don't have to, what I'm saying is, they don't have to do a good job. Just before election time, they have to do a few things for them and then give them a loaf of bread or whatever, and that's literally how they get the votes. But yeah, I also understand, like I said, the second party that is not close but closer than anyone else, they're not that great either. So I understand why people vote for them, even if it's just for a loaf of bread. But I just wish that they need a bigger challenge, like this kind of challenge, But whatever. Main point of my whole freaking ramble is that I really like this character, this panel right here, and the Revolutionary Army and what they stand for, in a sense. At least up to this point, as far as I'm aware, I like them. There's not something I can remember that I don't like what they did, but no one's perfect. For now, I like them. And I'm actually thinking, if I was in One Piece, if I had a character in One Piece, as much as I love in the One Piece world, pirates and a pirate crew, I'm actually more leaning towards a Revolutionary Army pirate crew. Okay. How strange. I suddenly feel pumped up and full of strength. Oh yeah, that's her power, right? Drive out those stinking pirates. I bet you do. That's the power of Betty's pump fruit. A single wave of her banner calls forth the strength within you. Betty's the flag bearer of freedom. They never found out the hard way that getting shot. They never found out the hard way that getting shot hurts. Eat this, cool shooter. Yeah, and that's another thing that is a big issue. Like these people, all they have are sticks. Because when a country starts becoming corrupt or starts taking bigger and bigger chances, the first thing they want to do, and I know this sounds like some people are going to think like, oh, this means this or this means you're that. But just being real here, looking at fucking history, the first thing that a corrupt government, when they start being corrupt and shit and start taking chances and start seeing people question them, they want to take away the people's guns, because there's no way you can challenge an army, the government's personal army, without guns. And then you have to fucking pick up sticks, and you want to fight an army or a bunch of pirates with a bunch of sticks? And the thing is, and that's just my opinion on it, but you're never going to get rid of the guns. You're only going to make the people who own the guns criminals. Like, the guns are always going to be there, and if people make their own guns, that's going to be just a much worse. Was there like a Japanese minister recently that was shot with a homemade gun? Anyway, I'm not saying I'm like, obviously, like I said, don't make a bunch of assumptions right now. But like stuff like this makes me think about. I don't have a gun. I have a paintball gun. Because I don't have a license. I don't know how to shoot the thing. But yeah, this kinds of themes in a story really makes me think a lot about 3D printed guns are most certainly coming. Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of ways to go about that kind of stuff. But I honestly, if my government, like, I'm sorry, but I'm from a country where a huge portion of people want me to go back to where I come from, which I guess according to them means Europe. But I was born here. My parents were born here. My parents' parents were born here. But anyway, so if my government suddenly told me that no one's allowed to have guns, no, you should start handing in your guns, no one can get licenses anymore, no one can buy guns, like, I'd be suspicious as fuck. So anyway, all they have is sticks here, and the pirate guy says they never found out the hard way that getting shot hurts. Eat this, cool shooter. So luckily we have Rebels, this inventor guy, and he pew pew pew. Yow, that's cold. My gun just froze solid. Get out of our town, you miscreant pirates! And he smacks him with the stick. And then, oh, Nina, hello there. You crazy bitch. I love you. I love you. You want to sit here? Oh, don't fall. Come. Ah, give those back. The crows stole our swords. See, and this is just awesome to see. Like, put them a little bit on the same level now. Luckily, the rebels can do that. Shoot their guns with ice freezing weapons, and the crows grabbing their swords. So now they actually stand a chance. They're smacking the pirates. Momohige, bounty of 50 million. Master Blackbeard will extend his wrath upon you. Sorry, but he doesn't care about the people working for him. Oh, wait, that was someone's reply. Sorry, but he doesn't care about the people working for him. Listen up, you yellow-bellied, lily-livered, sat-sack clowns. That 50 million bounty is yours. Huh? This is how you can contact the Revolutionary Army. You did good today. Call us anytime. Wherever the weak stand up for themselves, we'll be close behind to help. Thank you, Miss Belo Betty. Hey, why are we even supposed to be meeting up anyway? Oh, and that's another suspicious thing. And that's, Naruto taught me to be suspicious of this. When people come and fight for you, and then they're like, pay me this much, and I'll keep fighting for you. I'm not saying they're bad guys, but be suspicious, because it's very easy for people with a lot of power to create false conflict in order to save you, like creating a problem and then giving someone oh, you can solve this problem if you pay me this much, I can solve it for you. Like, that shit's been happening for like a long time, isn't it? And I'm not sure if this was but wasn't it the Bill Gates who like created the viruses on the computers, and then he sold the firewalls and shit like that? Wasn't there something like that? I don't really remember, but I'm just saying in various situations in history, people have even started wars in order to benefit from the wars. So like, history be fucking crazy. We're going to pick a fight with the celestial anyway, they're not taking the money, so that's important to note, is what I'm saying. We're going to pick a fight with the celestial dragons. That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Oh, and turn on your amplifier, Karasu. I forgot. Only 2 days until the Reverie, and the schemes of players around the world begin to intertwine. Read that. Don't want to see the chapter 905. What a beautiful world. Yeah, sometimes when you're talking about all this kind of dark shit in history, you forget that it can also be a very beautiful world. And there are good people. We shouldn't forget that. Interesting that that title comes after such a chapter. Makes me wonder if Oda intended that. How you doing? But yeah, Belo Betty is a babe. Belo Betty and her bouncy booba are beautiful and bountiful. The Paramount War, 2 years ago. A battle between Navy headquarters and the Whitebeard pirates ended in a naval victory, but the damage it did to Marineford in the process was utterly catastrophic. The base had long served as the heart of the world's justice system, but in the world's justice system. But in order to counteract the intensifying age of piracy, the world government decided to build a stronger fortress, a new stronghold of justice at the entrance of the new world. This is New Marineford, the Navy headquarters commanded by the new Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. Fuck you, Ki. Sorry. That was very immature. Old Marineford, now G1 base. Sacred Mariejois, Red Line, and New Marineford. While its location may have changed, Navy HQ continues to serve as the gateway to Mariejois, the Holy Land and home of celestial dragons. Fujitora showed his face in Mariejois. Sakaksuki. Wow, you really remember Afrikaans swear words, don't you? I told him he wasn't to step into any military base until he brought me Straw Hat and Law. What does that boy think he's doing slinking back here? Yes, sir. We're all aware. Then why didn't you kick him out? Well, sir, he was armed with infallible rhetorical weapons. We had no argument against them. If you ask me, this don't count as military grounds. He's just splitting hairs. That's not a rhetoric, it's a brain teaser. Not so easy being a fleet admiral, is it? Sengoku! You stay out of this, you half-retired pensioner. Who's gone to Mariejois then? Admiral Ryokugyu, sir. Ryokugyu. I see a South African talk for hours every week. No wonder. But I don't say cock that many times. I say fuck. Because that is the Afrikaans word for fuck. Fuck. And cock is shit. If you are under 18, I hope you have your mother's permission to watch my videos. This is around the rear of Navy Base, G1 on the Grand Line. The mammoth red port here, along with its counterpart on the far side of the Red Line. It acts as the government's route from the sea on one side of the wall to the other. Here people are carried up to sacred Mariejois on special bubble-based lifts called bondolas. Bondola. Look, there are still more moving ships arriving. Make way! Royal parties coming through. Look, that's King Beer V. Oh, Beer 6 from the Rochuan Kingdom. Beer. Cac is caca in Spanish, so it sounds similar and it's easy to remember. Caca. In Japanese, kaka means like captain or something. Something like that. From the Rochuan Kingdom and the Mariejois, such cute princesses. And those guys from Bollywood. It's King Hamburger. But why is he walking so slow? My pace may be steady, but I never turn back. Eek! That's so funny. Stars, the guns. So that's like Russian, American. What is Queen Morolin from the Tajin Kingdom? She's so gorgeous. A toast to all the eyes of the world. Eek! Let's not forget King Taco from the Kingdom of the Dead. Better to die standing than live kneeling. You know what? I feel like some people would not like this. But I think it's Oda and he's like, I don't know, I think it fits his style. Oh, and that ship over there, they're here at last. It's the Mermaid Princess. But who is Queen Morolon based on? What nationality is that? When I see a pretty woman, I think French. But the style doesn't look French. I don't know. She's drinking wine. She might be French, yeah. The wine. Okay. Mermaid Princess. So this is the land. Oh wait, it starts here. The Knight of the Sea, King Neptune, Prince Fukaboshi. In the 200 years that the Ryugu Kingdom had been part of the world government, this was only the second time it had attended the Reverie. She's so beautiful, Princess Shirahoshi. It's Garp. Ah, I thought I was gonna die down there on the seafloor. Bah ha ha ha. That alone made their presence noteworthy. Wow, Shirahoshi really is gorgeous. What unfathomable beauty! She's beyond what the stories say. Should we run a special issue on her, boss? President Morgan, sir! Oh no, he's Twitter-pated. What the fuck is Twitter-pated? Sounds like something people who spend too much time on Twitter get after arguing with someone for too long. Why is Shirahoshi so popular, Garp? Up here, the public's imagination holds that the mermaid princess of Fishman Island is just as beautiful as the famed pirate empress, Hancock. And with the look she's got, I'd say she even passes that bar. Plus, she's huge! Yeah, I think she's easy For me, in my taste, she's easily more pretty than Hancock. And for me, Hancock is just like a slightly altered Robin. Sorry, I'm still a little bit bitter. I don't know, but all I do know is that if a guy was acting the way that Boa acts, he would be a hated character. Seeing himself like, oh, I'm too gorgeous, kicking animals and like being the way he is, I think he would not be a liked character. But when it's a girl and she's pretty, I mean, we have talked about that a little bit before about beautiful women and what they can get away with. Not that I'm a beautiful woman or a beautiful woman. But I mean, we looked at it from a more serious perspective. I don't remember if it was during One Piece though, was it? Oh yeah, it was. So like cars. Yeah, it was actually back in the Hancock days when I wasn't like the biggest fan of her for obvious reasons, and then people were offended by that, of course. And then I use, and that happens a lot actually in anime and manga. I will kind of like say something about a character and be like, ugh. And then people will be like, rah, 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 rah. And then all they do is make me like dig deeper. And now I have to defend something that I just kind of thought. And then the more I have to defend it, the more I believe that and feel that. People don't realize how stupid they're being when they do stuff like that. Like, she doesn't like her because she kicked a cat. So fucking what? But now they're like being rude to me about it. Of course I'm gonna defend myself. And then of course I'm gonna dislike her even more. Duh. And then it became a whole serious thing where we were researching like women getting lesser sentences for the same crimes as men. Because why? They're pretty. And they're women. And they get away with more things. But anyway, it's not that serious. I mean, that shit is serious, but no, it's not serious. Luffy's grandfather, is that what is known on the surface as one of your famous forests? We call that a tree. Hey, Garp the hero, do you know who I am? Who's this stupid turd? Get him out of here. Stupid turd? Did I mishear you? What insolence. It is a mistake, Stelly, isn't it? I am the king of your homeland of Goa, King Stelly, and you are my subject. So, basically the male boa, except less attractive. That essentially makes you my servant. Keep that in mind. The king of Goa. Garp with the high spec judge of character. Yeah, he is a turd. For such a peaceful little place, it's produced some of the most wicked baddies around. Ignoring Garp, there's also Dragon, Sabo, Fire Fist, and Straw Hat. Fascinating. The Goa Kingdom is the place where Luffy, Ace, and Sabo spent their childhood. Stelly was the younger, adopted brother of Sabo's noble family. Adopted brother? He was adopted. Stelly was the younger adopted brother. I forgot that. Less forehead also. Don't let Sotos hear you say that. The ambitious Stelly married Princess Antoinette to get into the royal family and ascended to the throne a few months ago after the untimely death of the king and the prince. Okay, well, move it. Your face is dumb. Your insolence leaves me speechless. I'll be brief, Garp. Hand over your noble connections. I want to be a celestial dragon as soon as possible. You want to be one of those scumbags? What? Did anyone hear that? You could be put to death for saying that. Oh, right. That's a no-no. Forget I said it. He's terrifying. Garp is the best. But yeah, that is absolute bullshit. If you can't criticize the people who rule you, you are living under tyranny. Obviously, harassment is something completely different. I feel like people often get confused with like just talking shit and like being allowed to criticize versus like harassing someone. Like obviously no one should be allowed to harass anyone else. But like, or like defamation of character. But I guess you could argue, oh well, this is defamation of character, but it's not really. It's not like he just said some shit. Like defamation of character would be like I don't know, putting up posters and like lying, creating fabricated lies, or like, oh, I don't know. What would defamation of character be like? Oh, he slept with his dog. Like, I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely a difference for me between being able to criticize or just like, you should be able to call your president a scumbag or a stupid person without the president. Like, if the president's not a scumbag, or like, he should prove that with his actions. I wonder if there are any presidents currently in the world who actually isn't a scumbag. Okay. Let's not get into that discussion. It might be a bit too political. You want to be one of those scumbags? Okay. Are you all right, young man? Huh? It moved. I thought that was a building. Is he a giant? The ones that eat people and dissolve rocks with their saliva? No, wait. What are these things? Fangs? Scales? Look at the color of its skin. Are these fishman creatures? The ones more fish than man that spread diseases with a touch? Ah! Don't touch me! You pussy. Fucking foaming at the mouth. Mouth. Fuck you. It's time for Bondola number 2 to take off. Well, you take care now. Thank you, Sir Luffy's grandfather. You made our travels most pleasant. She waves to him. He waves to her. And then she says, we're so high. It's amazing. What is it, Shirahoshi? Father, it's the sun. Brothers, see how bright and warm it shines. There's no limit to the sky above, and no limit to the sea beyond, glittering in the sunlight. It sure is a pretty sight, Mumbo. I never knew the surface would be so wonderful. What a beautiful world. You're right. The light from the sun tree on the ocean floor is nothing compared to this. Father, if it can come true, I would like to live on the surface. I want to show everyone in our kingdom this, the world of the sun. Then we will ask. It is the reason for this reverie. Everyone should be allowed to live in the sun. Sacred Mariejois. Sakazuki says, he wants me to find you and kick you out. Shall we do battle then? Ra ha ha ha. No, thank you. I'd rather not. Besides, you're not going to destroy this meeting, are you? I might be crashing the meeting, but it's the system I actually mean to destroy. That was mighty tasty. Much obliged. That mambo cracked me up. Mambo number 5. Bum 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 bum. Sorry. I like this his character Fujitora, right? Ryokugyu. The problem is when, even if a system is corrupted, when millions of people are depending on the system, even if it's a corrupt one and the one that's against them or hurting them, when that system is just destroyed, the chaos that ensues from that can often seem like more hurtful in the moment, more destructive than the smaller, more like adaptable injustice and corruptness. Like that can hurt you, but in a manageable way, right? Obviously, as it builds up over time, it becomes worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But very often, if someone just overthrows that system, the chaos that ensues can be worse at first glance than, and that's why a lot of people don't end up rebelling against a corrupt system. And the worst part is that when that system is taken away, chaos, it can often quickly be replaced with an equally unjust system run by different people in a different way, but not in the long run all that different after all. And that is why people put up with corrupt systems for such a long time. So yeah, I think the best change to a system should be, obviously depending on the position and the system and what is wrong with it. I do think the most comfortable way for most people to end up changing a system is through a slower process. Not too slow either, but gradual, Instead of just fucking flipping the table, which can be necessary sometimes depending on the severity, but often more lasting change and more real change. Like I said, sometimes one is just replaced with the next that's equally bad in a different way. Sometimes more longer lasting change is when it happens gradually. Like people can incorporate it into their lives slowly. Yeah, I don't know. Beatbox, thank you for gifting a sub to KGFFEFG. I appreciate it. It's the system I actually mean to destroy. That was mighty tasty. Much obliged. You came a long way for this. How's old Vegapunk doing? Well, I may not be able to see it, but he's got quite a creation on his hands. There's no longer any need for the 7 warlords of the sea. Rah, ha, ha, ha. Buddy, you're crazy. Be that as it may, why don't you try the food? It's quite tasty here. Or are you still in the middle of your fast? Rah, ha, ha. Well, if a pretty lady asks me to open wide, I suppose I'd chow down. And that's why I haven't had a bite for 3 darn years. We don't know this person, right? I've never heard anyone laugh, rah, ha, ha. Knowing me, knowing you, bum, 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 bum. But stuff like this is intriguing to me. I want to save this somewhere. Good night, Tiago. Thanks for joining us for One Piece, Gintama, and some manga. Kamabaka Queendom. Tell me, Koala. You're fighting the world government for the sake of the fishmen. Do you feel at all conflicted about the Ryugu kingdom taking part in the Reverie? Not at all, Betty. Our true foe isn't actually the world government. It's the celestial dragons who control it. Yeah, true that. It's like saying, when 2 countries are at war, oftentimes it's not that one average person against the next average person. It's the people in control of the countries who are usually at the war, right? The red line. Did you see that? You sure make a lot of noise, King of Goa. I'm so scared. It's so high. We're swaying in the wind. There was a giant peering out of the wall with a trident. Oh, he actually did see. You must be seeing things. Do you realize how high in the air we are? It was there, I swear. Now, look over there. Crows. If those crows pick the bubbles, we'll plummet to our deaths. They don't usually fly this high. Oh, these must be the famous birds. Oh my god, did Oda incorporate a fucking meme into this? Isn't that a huge meme? This must be the famous birds. But they're actually birds in this case. My body, any slightly uncomfortable physical sensation. Is this death? Is this just real life? Is it a fantasy? Sorry. High school TV dramas. Sexy 28-year-old actor. Is this a teen? Oh. The pose. It seems like it's fucking a meme. That's so funny. Wait, I need to tweet this. Save. Wait, I have to tweet it. How to edit? I can't flip it because if I flip it, the words get flipped too. I guess it's fine then. Let me find here. Is this a meme? What do you call template so that it's just blank? Is this a pigeon? Man, I want to save the picture. How do I open only the picture? Open image. Add to photos. Okay. And then Twitter. Sorry guys, when I see something like this, I have to like share. Because it's so funny. Okay. Right. There, add. And then edit. I have to just crop it. Crop. Apply. Save. Oh my gosh. Did Oda really? Question mark. Exclamation point. Laughing emoji. Tweet. Bye, Dark Shadow. Thanks for a fun stream and enjoy the rest. Oyasumi. See you maybe tonight for the Monday night stream. Knowing me, knowing you. Bum, 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 bum. Thanks for joining us. I hope you had fun. And I hope that your new work week is better and more chill. And that people keep their shit together. Okay, let's continue. Oh, wait. Is that the end? This is the last page for today? Oh, no, I'm still reading chapter 906. Okay, we good. These must be the famous birds. Wait, I want to recreate the meme. I need a book and someone can edit a butterfly. Wait. Can someone please take a screenshot? I don't know where to look. Is someone taking a screenshot? Okay, I'm done now. I if no one took a screenshot, it's fine. I'll go back and take a screenshot. Okay. Guard, get your gun. Shoot them down before they pop our bubbles. We're safe here. Crows have never popped the bubbles before. Please, be at ease, King Stelly. Saba! So obviously, I forgot that he was there, but I'm excited. I forgot, but then when I saw him, I remembered that I watched it and he was there, and now I'm excited again. So we had the guy, the guy with the trident in the wall, and then Sabo in the bubble. So chapter 906, Sacred Mariejois. The gondola arrives at last. Please, watch your step. At the top of the red line. We're leaving the altitude range of the bubbles. We'll need you mermaids to switch to these reinforced bubbles now. Oh. From here, the visitors ascending a large, long staircase until they reach the tallest and largest continent in the world. It's so wide open. Your long journey is complete at last, your majesties. Located directly in the center of all the seas, this is the place where the descendants of the creators of the world dwell. The creators of the world. And the name of this grand, stately place is Sacred Mariejois. What a lovely place. What about that green thing? Is that a forest? Yes, a man-made one. Princess Shirahoshi, please use this coupling rod. Oh, it moved. Was that an earthquake? I'm dying! Someone protect me! This is our travelator. The ground itself will carry you. Ah, yes, because some people don't have to put in the effort to walk because, peasants walk. Why don't we stroll along the normal walkway, Father? I know you want to see the forest, Shirahoshi. I agree, brother. Please, can't we, Father? Of course we can. We shall accompany you, Majesty. I bet they're just afraid of the tools of civilization. Stupid fish. This guy, self-awareness level 0. I shall have to install one of these back in Goa Kingdom. I do love a good travelator, Majesty. You could call it that as well. I just have a bad feeling about it. Underground. No stopping! Not too fast, not too slow. Rotate it at just the right speed. Someone help me, or at least kill me. That's an interesting, another very, very interesting topic of discussion that I will mention, but maybe not get too deep into right now because you can comment and maybe we can talk about it at another point. Or if someone brings up something interesting, we can talk about it. But anyway. Prisons. And what to do with prisoners, Because, like, if you're gonna be part of a society, right, there's certain rules you have to follow because it's like a trade-off. Like, I benefit from society by, you know, the rules that keep people safe inside the society and yada yada. But then I agree not to break those rules, like murder or, you know, taking someone else's stuff and yada yada yada. That in and of itself is a very complicated discussion about society and the rules and what rules should be allowed and like what's our responsibility towards each other in that society, yada yada. But okay, let's leave that discussion aside. So now you've broken one of the rules and you go to prison. Obviously, there should be some kind of like, okay, you do this, you get this kind of punishment. You do this, you get this kind of punishment. But now there's also systems in place to like negotiate that. Like, oh, you murdered someone, but it was in self-defense, or because that's obviously important to take that into account. It was in self-defense, or, you know, it was first-degree murder, second-degree murder, like all that kind of stuff. So now you're, let's just say, a murderer, but you were gonna want to steal from the guy, you needed the money, you wanted to steal his money, and then he fought back and you smacked him and he died, and okay, now you're a prisoner. Now what do you do? Because the prison needs to be maintained, the guards needs to be employed, the prisoners need to be fed, like all the stuff. So that costs the community money, but the community is more or less accepts that because at least it keeps them out of the community and in a place where, you know, they can't murder anyone else or hurt anyone else. But then what do the prisoners do, right? So a lot of people in some places here, they go to prison on purpose because in some places, not many, but they go to prison on purpose because they get a place to sleep, they get some food. And in prison, you can read books and you can even study, depending on where you're at in the world. I don't think you can study here. I think, though, Nelson Mandela, which is like one of our previous presidents, he studied in prison. And I mean, he changed himself. He grew so much as a person. He became the kind of person that people wanted to be their fucking president. And he did. And I think he was a good president. So obviously there can be successful prisons, but I mean, then you have people on the outside of the prison, like they don't have money to study, they don't have money to, like they're struggling to eat. Like there has to be kind of like a balance, right? How the prisoners are being treated versus what the people's lives are like outside the prison. I mean, you can't like the prison better than the outside. Difficult conversation to have. But then in terms of if they're gonna get food, if they're gonna study, blah 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 blah, they're gonna probably have to do some form of work that contributes to the society that they hurt. But then what kind of work? And do they get compensation other than a place to stay, food to eat, hopefully safety, because, you know, shit can get dirty in a prison as well, ugly. So preferably safety. So all those things that they get, how much work is compensation for that? It can't be exactly like the outside because, like, you did a bad thing to be there. So let's say they do the same work as someone on the outside. Should they be paid the same? I don't know. These are just conversations. These are questions that I'm asking. I have no answer to this shit because I haven't really thought about it a lot, but I've thought about it a little. So obviously, the reason I brought this up is because I think this is bullshit. This is slavery, and slavery is never okay. But where do you draw the line? Because that's open for discussion. It's not clear cut. So, yeah, interesting. Just some things. You can comment about it if you want. Then, a certain celestial dragon's dwelling. Oh, father. What is it, Charles? A mermaid. A mermaid one. I don't know why I did that accent, but a mermaid. Pangaea, Castle of Mariejois, main gate. Open portcullis. A mermaid. Why is that so fun to say? A mermaid. I don't wanna make him sound like a hillbilly. He's not a hillbilly. I watch The Ranch. I like hillbillies. Maybe like, aw, thanks, Mike. Let me just quickly. You really didn't have to. I don't think it would have been such a big issue for this time around because once again, the episode wasn't that important. But thank you. Let me edit the links just quickly for my reaction. Edit. Mike added. Mike redid the ad screen. There is now subs. Thank you, Mike. Knowing me, knowing you. Bum, 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 bum. So notify patrons about this change. But I wanted to. I hate doing sloppy work, but that's not sloppy. That was just a mistake. Everyone makes a mistake. I make many mistakes. But thank you. Where was I now? Oh, yes. We were just continuing after the prison. He does look like an inbreed. Yeah, I saw recently a video about a particularly incestuous, bad example. Like any community of people, whether it's bye Mudru, good luck at work, hope you enjoy the rest of the stream, and have a good night's sleep. See you on Monday. Yeah, see you tonight for, let's see. I know Classroom of the Elite, Devil's a Part-Timer, and Stone Ocean episode 5 to 8. Bye-bye. Have a good time at work. Oh, yeah. We should put this on for a bit, actually. Hello? There we go. I was just talking about something. Oh, yeah. I saw a video just about any group of people has, like, the best of that group and the worst of that group. And then the majority of people are just in between that. So there was like this, I don't even know if you could call if they're hillbilly type people, but it was this family of, like, they've probably been inbred for generations, and you can see it. Oh. And a lot of people in the comments were just like, that's their way of life, yada, yada, yada. But, and that's another interesting conversation. Like, everyone wants to let people live their lives, however they're comfortable, as long as they're not hurting anyone else, and to some extent you want to say as long as they're not hurting themselves. If you love someone, like in your family, but outside of your family, we can't really control people if they're not hurting anyone else. But now when they are hurting each other, like, are we allowed to step in? What's the morally right thing to do here, But I don't know. From a natural perspective, well, I don't think that you should do anything. But oh my God, no, wait, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. It's like conversation I don't want to have. Okay. A mermaid. I can't. What accent should I do? There's no. There shouldn't even be an accent. A mermaid. A mermaid. A barmaid. I don't know. I'm not gonna do his voice like that anymore. Where was I? Pangaea, Castle of Mariejois, main gate. Open portcullis. Just use your whale voice. Like, dumb down the whale voice. Got it. Inside the castle is the mingling courtyard. So this is the royalty and their guards. Mambo, Samba, from all over the world. Starting tomorrow, the nobles will have 7 days of meetings. They won't have time for relaxation. Even the spread is majestic. While the weapons have been confiscated, the guards all look like they mean business. Weapons have been confiscated. I bet some of them have like a weapon hidden beneath their ass cheeks. Sorry. It seems that father is getting along well. That's a relief. Wait, who said that? Ah, princess from under the sea. Why, your beauty is as breathtaking as they say. What do you think of my son? He is single. She's not bad, Papa. Not bad at all. Papa. Not so fast with the marriage, pitch. I've got a son, too. Puppy, I like her. No, you must consider my boy, mermaid princess. Oh, ho, 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 but I have 3 beautiful sons. You're not my type. Shirahoshi! Pardon my sister. That was just a local way of saying I'm not married either. How dare you shame me in public? You're supposed to tell a little white lie. Just say, I'm so flattered. Or perhaps we'll have dinner sometime or something. But I'm not good at lying. You're not lying, you're just brushing them off. If you hurt their pride, it could cause an international problem, Famiredo. Let's get away from here. Oh, you're so cute. Quack. That's not a compliment to a warrior. Oh, you okay, Leo? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. Oh, in that case, it's okay. I let you see me because you know Luffy Lando and his friends. So cute. We are Luffy Lando's henchmen. We're pirates. Sorry, my book, my manga, it really says pirates. Look. Pirates. It looks like the W even looks like boobies. It's not a W, it's a W. See? W. Sorry. I will sit like this now. Kidding. I never knew I'd have a chance to talk so much about Lucy here at the Reverie. But now that I think about it, he's been adventuring all over the world. A W with 2 dots. OnlyFans stream. I never knew I'd have a chance to talk so much about Lucy here at the Reverie. But now that I think about it, he's been adventuring all over the world. Yes, they're not in it to be heroes. So instead, their bounties get higher and they get more infamous. But I'm sure that won't change who they are. A Kingdom of Arabasta refresher. Vivi, the princess of the Kingdom of Sand on the Grand Line, once rode on the Straw Hat ship with them on their adventures. The former warlord of the sea, Crocodile, was behind a rebellion in Vivi's homeland. Thanks to Luffy and his crew, the plot was foiled and the kingdom was saved. Sorry. When I went, I just saw my mouth was there and I bit. Thank you, Portuguese de Daniel. Not awkward at all. The government declared this the work of the Navy. However, when I read the articles about Dressrosa, I thought, that's Luffy and the crew. They must have gotten it into their heads to save someone else this time. Yes, that's right. Did I hear you talking about Sir Luffy just now? Shirahoshi! Oh, the mermaid princess. Just because they're talking doesn't mean they know him. Oh, here is a quick another topic, and it's actually relevant to One Piece, and it's something that I heard that Oda said, something I heard people interpreted it as, and then my own interpretation or thoughts, I guess. So apparently there's an SBS where someone asks Oda about why the celestial dragons are so ugly, right? It's the Vivi think emote. Oh yeah. So then Oda said something like, well, like they're so ugly on the inside, their faces have to reflect that. Thank you. I can't wait to see Classroom New Ep tomorrow. Well, technically tonight because it's 2:22 in the morning. What was I saying? Oh, so Oda said something like, well, he doesn't like them and they're so... Because obviously the celestial dragons are dicks. We don't know every single celestial dragon, but almost every single one we've seen is a dick. We saw, Doflamingo's dad, but you can't, like, most of them have been dicks, so we don't like them. But anyway, so he didn't even... Wait, let me see quickly. Doflamingo's dad. So this is his dad, right? So it's not like Oda drew every single celestial dragon ugly. It's basically what I understand Oda said is when they're ugly on the inside, he draws them ugly on the outside for the most part, right? I haven't seen the preview, but I will be watching it tomorrow. Right now, we're just doing a One Piece manga read-along. But thank you for the bits. You can come back tonight for the reaction. It will be live. Okay, so to me, that's how I understand it. But now I saw a tweet with like thousands of likes about how Oda hates rich people. So it's like a critique on, oh my god. Dashi! Sorry, my cat is meowing. So like even look here. It's not like all of them are rich, but they gave up their money, but not every single cent, obviously. Just they gave up their status as celestial dragons. But they're good people. They're kind people. They were born into like the set of beliefs that obviously as he grew, he realized it was wrong and he gave that up. But I'm pretty sure they still lived in a mansion and stuff, So it's like, oh my god, wait, I can hear my cat. Summary, people were saying that Oda hates rich people and that's why he draws rich people so ugly. But like, it's not like he hates world leaders or rich people as if they're all bad, because look at these cute fucking princesses and they're all gorgeous, and it's about each individual. Like there are ugly poor characters in One Piece too. I mean, look at the fake Straw Hat crew. They're not fucking rich people and they're all pretty ugly. Let me just check on my cat. Okay, so she stopped meowing when I went there. So if she was in trouble, she'd keep meowing, right? I think she just wants attention. Okay, anyway, so that's my opinion on that. I think that Oda doesn't hate the rich people. I just wanted to give my opinion or interpretation of that. I think Oda dislikes any person, regardless of their status or gender or hairstyle or whatever. If they're ugly on the inside, he draws them ugly on the outside for the most part, right? I mean, there are some exceptions, like remember Full Body? Like Full Body from the very beginning, he wasn't ugly. He wasn't super handsome either, but he wasn't ugly like a freaking celestial dragon. Um, so yeah, it's not like it's true for every single character, but for the most part, they're probably killing her mouse for the thousandth time. But it's Toshi, not Sylvie. Can you hear her? Okay. So Shirahoshi hears them, and her brother says, just because they're talking doesn't mean they know him. Luffy is a pirate. If anyone finds out you're friends with him, la do. Helmeppo was this, and then he became not ugly as he became a better person. Yeah, so to me, it's clear that, and Helmeppo wasn't like a freaking celestial dragon. He was a bad person on the inside, and then he changed and became a better person, and he looked better on the outside. I think people are projecting their own beliefs onto Oda's work very often, and that is fine. I'm sure that I do it sometimes as well in many cases, because you want to see stuff you believe in stories, right? But when it's like, if I believe something and it's clearly not the case, I would love to hear someone else's opinion on the matter, right? Like, why do you think it's not true? And I don't think Oda hates rich people. I'm pretty sure Oda's rich. I mean, not celestial dragon level rich, but yeah, he shows lots of world leaders, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they meant like Oda hates celestial dragon level rich people, but then it's not about rich. You should say powerful, because even though Doflamingo's dad wasn't like, he gave up his power, and that's why he was like a good person, a pretty person, because yeah, it was about, maybe it's about the power and abuse of power, but yeah. Dumbing it down to Oda hates rich people just sounded a little bit reductive. Is that the right word? Toshi! Tending to present a subject or problem in a simplified form, especially one viewed as crude. Yes, I think it seems reductive to me. Why do you say that, Ray? They went to the New World, so any pirate ship would have to travel the Fishman Island route. Did you just say Sir Luffy? Wait, Rebecca, we might have misheard. I did! Do you know him? Stop that! Everyone knows his name. I owe Sir Luffy and his companions a great debt. Ditto. Aww, they're so cute. A blue-haired princess. Why is it a meme? I haven't seen the meme. I've heard people call Zoro sexist a lot, but never racist. See how Princess Vivi and the mermaid get along. Rebecca looks like she's having fun. I'm grateful. My sister is not used to social gatherings. It's a mysterious tie that binds them. Fushigi. Hey, over there! Is that Rebecca from Dressrosa? Happosui Army, 13th Chieftain. Oh, it's him! The name's Sai. Yes, Qin grandson. Sai! Yo, brother, you're here too, Leo. I'm doing secret guard duty. How come you're here? You're a pirate. Yay, same to you. After this job, I'm cutting ties with my country. Ma ha ha ha. Well, Princess Vivi. Oh, God. If you look back on it, all of his opponents on arcs have dark skin. I bet if I Google that. Hmm? Oh, Kaku and Mr. One. But yeah, Kaku isn't really that. Hmm. No, I think that's maybe, yeah, just a joke. Just a joke. Okay, so I don't think anyone ever seriously said that. But there are really people who seriously argues that he's sexist, which I think is silly. Wapol, what are you doing here? Ma! Ha 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 ha. You hippo. Yes, quite a mystery, isn't it? Dig, dig, dig. That's right. I flew over the horizon to distant lands thanks to Straw Hat Luffy. That gentleman must be one of Sir Luffy's friends. No, Shirahoshi. He's an enemy. The former king of Drum Kingdom, Wapol, was a tyrant who ruled his people with an iron fist. Then the Straw Hats came and knocked him clean out of sight. But he used his Munch Munch fruit powers to earn a fortune and build a newly minted kingdom, making him a monarch once again. I have to respect that, he was born into being a king, and then he had nothing, and then he made himself a king again. You have to respect that ingenuity. No, but I did read the cover stories for that, so I'm still going. I'm very hungry, but I'm still going. How's that old fuddy buddy, King Cobra? Actually, I just saw him a moment ago, and he did not look well. So that was me being facetious. Ma ha ha ha. Oh, darling, you're the funniest in the universe. Gold dig, 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 dig. Oh my god, she's a gold digger. That's why she laughs like that. Funny. Wapol, that's enough of the tasteless jokes. Looks like you've built another nation of the misfortunate. Hee hee hee. Shame on the world government for letting this idiot back into their good graces. Dalton, the witch hag, you're still alive? What? You want to know my youthful secret? I wasn't asking. Dalton, Dr. Kureha, I'm so glad to see you again. Why, Vivi, you're looking more regal than ever. Are ya happy? If I'd known you were a princess, I'd have charged you a heck of a lot more money for the treatment. Now you hold it right there, Dalton. Where does a servant like you get off telling me what to do? And then he changes. We are on equal footing now. You're growing into the king role too, Dalton. I try. Let me give you a life lesson, Dalton, you goody two-shoes. It's impossible to run a squeaky clean country. That's another interesting topic for discussion. I do agree, it's impossible to run a squeaky clean country in the sense that people will always, like, one person will look at something you're doing and say that's right, and one person will look at what you're doing and say that's wrong. So just from that, you can never be perfect, you can never be squeaky clean. But in the terms of morals, yeah, even people's opinions on morals are different. So, like, one person should say you're doing this, and then, one good example is, like, in Cape Town, for example, a lot of tourists believe that they're doing a good thing by giving the bums money. Bums, I don't know what you call them. Bargis, we call them bargis. In English, I don't know, is it bums? Like, just, people that live on the street. So the tourists give them money, but they don't realize that they're essentially keeping them on the street because they get so much money just begging that they don't keep the jobs. That people who live in Cape Town, they try and help them with jobs and like getting them back on track or whatever. But they don't, the people who live on the streets, they don't care or want to, they don't have to try, you know, to get their life together because they earn more money on the street, which they can use for, you know, their fix for the day or whatever. So like so the tourists believe this person needs, I want to help them, so they believe they're doing a good thing, a moral thing by giving them money. But from maybe a Cape Townian's perspective, they're like, you are hurting them, you are keeping them, you know, blah blah blah. So that's just one quick example I could think of where you can't run a squeaky clean operation because people will see what you're doing as good or bad depending on, you know, their opinion of what is good or bad. Did you know that Cobra in One Piece has the same Japanese VA as Father in FMAB? It gave me a bit of a head mess when I watched One Piece after FMAB. Oh no, I didn't know that. Interesting. I watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood a long time after watching that arc in One Piece, so. Let me give you a life lesson, Dalton. You goody two-shoes. It's impossible to run a squeaky clean country. Oh, by the way, I don't think this guy means it in that way. I think that it's too difficult being a good person, so you might as well, if you can't beat them, join them. Like, no, fuck you. That's not why I was talking about agreeing with him or saying that the point is valid, because his way of meaning it, I don't think is. No. The higher you get in the world, the dirtier the business becomes. You'll learn that soon enough. Well, did you read the article about Luffy? I nearly stared a hole in the paper. A Dalton refresher. Good night, Vert. Thanks for sticking around for so long through all my not reading and just rambling. But yeah, that's going to happen a lot with One Piece. Maybe I'll see you tonight or next week sometime. Oyasumi. Okay, a Dalton refresher. Dalton was a servant. Okay, I'm not going to read the refreshers because I don't need them. Excuse me? Dalton? Do you like Lucy? We bet you like Luffy Lando. He's the best. Eee! This is going to be fun. The undersea prison, Impel down. Why the solitary cell, huh? A guy could get lonely down here. Level 6. Or is this meant to protect me, Mazellan? I forgot, how does Doflamingo laugh again? Have they come for me, an assassin from above, to make sure I don't go spilling the secrets of Mariejois' hidden treasure? A hired killer to silence me for good, eh? Just let the secret out. Power has such a short shelf life. It goes bad very quickly. Ha 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 ha. Mariejois' hidden treasure. There's another interesting thing. I feel at this point every country Luffy has saved is part of his pirate fleet. Not in a literal sense. Like, they're not going to come rushing to his aid when he fights Big Mom or when he fights Kaido. But if he were to challenge the Celestial Dragons, which everyone gets hurt by, like, I think the mermaid country is going to be the trigger, because people like Vivi and Rebecca and everyone, they're going to fight with Luffy, because if someone is being treated unfairly, like a country as a part of the Allied Forces or whatever, I don't know what they're called again, the United Nations, I don't know. So if it comes out that, but don't they know Don't they know about... They do know probably about the slavery happening with the celestial dragons, do they? Maybe they kind of know, but they're so preoccupied with their own. I mean, it's not like things were perfect in Rebecca's country or Vivi's country. Like, they have their own shit too. They have to help their own people first before they can reach out. But I think there will be a trigger at some point, and then they will fight with Luffy, not because they're Luffy's fleet, but because Luffy's going to be fighting for Shirahoshi. That's my prediction. Not Shirahoshi alone, but, you know, that's a potential reality, I think. And then they won't fight with Luffy because they're his fleet, but they'll fight with someone who they believe, you know, it's their ally, and they don't deserve to be treated that way. So I think he just laughed like Another Impel down riot for Dofi. Why? Let me Google something. Yeah, he was looking for Ace, so why? I don't understand why he would riot for Dofi. But maybe you mean someone else will riot for Dofi? Doflamingo. I don't like calling him Dofi because it sounds like toffee. In Afrikaans, we don't even say toffee, we say toffee. So it's like Dofi, but with a T. And when we say someone's dof, it means they're dumb. Yeah, Mingo is better. Mingo. Doflamingo. Mingo makes more sense to me. Dofi just said... Oh, I didn't mean you shouldn't call him Dofi. I just meant I don't like the name because it reminds me of all these Afrikaans words. Okay, so this is important. There's a hidden treasure that he knows about because he used to be a celestial dragon, but his father, blah, blah, blah. So he knows secrets, and they're keeping him here, not just to keep him out of the world, but potentially to keep the secret or to keep him safe from assassins who want to kill him for the secret. So when you look at things that way, it's kind of crazy. It's almost like Robin, right? Robin almost had no choice but to be on the bad side. She had no choice but to be on the bad side of the law, right? Because as a child, she was fucking ostracized and demonized and chased. It's kind of the same with Doflamingo, right? But Doflamingo is a much worse person than Robin. More or less. I mean, you can argue that it's the same, but I don't know. Robin obviously betrayed people, but she betrayed pirates. Doflamingo hurts innocent people. So I don't think Robin has even ever done the things on the level that Doflamingo has done. But anyway. So then there's someone. There are some in the One Piece fandom that sympathize with Doflamingo. I sympathize with him to the point where I understand that he had no choice but to become a pirate, but he didn't have to do a lot of other things that he did. So I stopped sympathizing with him because to me, if people do bad things to you, that doesn't give you an excuse to do bad things to people, like innocent people, children. Like I'm sorry, but yeah, he was hurt when he was a kid, but he turned people into fucking toy slaves and shit. Like, no, nope. It's like, I keep telling people this thing, but it's like the goodness and badness scale. For me, it's a scale, so like, after a certain point, you are now irredeemable, and my sympathy ends on this part of the scale. And he is very far. But yeah, someone is walking up a long flight of stairs. I can't even see. It has a long coat. Slip, katok, katok. And then a door is opening. Ka-chunk, psh, katok, katok, katok. Is that a giant hat? Is that a giant Luffy hat? That is freaking weird. And then someone is looking at it with a very big crown and a very long cloak. By comparison, it looks like a big hat. That's very weird. Why? The first thing that I can think that comes to mind is like Luffy's hat or this hat. One of the was modeled after the other. And it obviously could be linked to the Will of D. But why did Shanks have it then? Because Shanks doesn't have the D. This guy, yeah, the guy could be very short or small by comparison. And it's big. And the Soul has the Will of D, has the D, right? Soul D, what was his name? Wait, I'm scared to Google. I don't want to Google. You guys can tell me. Do you remember Soul from Robin's backstory? He also had the D, right? Soul D Giant. So it could be that D could be that, you know how you have the celestial dragons, they're all part of one group that in the past potentially won some kind of war, probably in a dastardly way, and then when they rose to power, they hid that part of history to hide their crimes and yada yada yada. So in the same way that the celestial dragons are a group, the D's could be a similar group of people that fought against them. And maybe Jaguar D Soul, yes. And maybe the celestial dragons, they might be like, this side could be made up of different sides, but then in the end, because they won together, they were now the celestial dragons. Whereas this side could have been maybe two big groups of people that joined together, and maybe that, because remember, who made a hat in Wano for someone else? Was it Tama, or Tama made a hat for Ace, or was it Ace made the hat, or did he just learn to make hats because she was making hats to sell? But anyway, so while they were, a group, the D's, maybe they made hats to show like their affiliation, or maybe the leaders got hats and that hat was passed down somehow, like. And maybe, part of that group, the D's, was a clan of giants. And this is just one of A's. Ace gave one to Oars Jr. Otama taught Ace how to do that. Ah, yes. So Otama taught Ace how to make hats, and Ace gave a hat to Oars. What did that hat look like? Do you have a picture of it? But anyway, so my point is, the giving of the hat, the making of something, and then giving it like, the D's could have been a group of rebels fighting against the celestial dragons back in the history, and then the hats, some hats were passed down, maybe they were given to the leaders, and I don't know. I guess we'll find out more. But yeah, the celestial dragons are obviously very afraid of everyone with the D. So that's why this is kind of like a theory of mine. And maybe they killed the other leader, and now his hat is kind of like a remember, like we conquered this, you know, and they just kept the hat of a giant with the D. Giant with the D, sorry. Okay, so that is it for today. Those were the 4 chapters that I was scheduled to read, and I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, it was like a Wano style straw hat, but this could be like what do you call, not a red flag, like a foreshadowing. This could be a foreshadowing of the straw hats that Luffy has and that the Celestial Dragons currently have, that may have been the hat of another giant, which was part of the D's, the group. You know, those with the will of D. So this could be foreshadowing. But we'll see. We'll see. So next time, thank you, Elizabeth, for sending that to me. Next time, we will read chapter 907 to 910. That will be on the 18th of September. So if you want to join us, please do. I will end the video here and see you guys next time. Bye.